I'm a 25-year-old woman, and this happened just a couple of weeks before Christmas. I lived in a small apartment in the city, but worked at an office out in the suburbs. My shifts were unpredictable, sometimes early mornings, sometimes late nights. That night, I had finished a late shift, clocking out at 11 p.m. I was the last to leave the office, so I locked up and stepped out into the snowy night. It had been snowing for a while, and an inch of snow blanketed the ground. After brushing off my windshield, I let my car warm up before starting the long drive home. The roads were unplowed, forcing me to drive cautiously. A few times, my car lost traction, sending my heart racing before I regained control. About 20 minutes into the drive, my car slid again, this time into a snowbank on the side of the road. It wasn't a violent crash, more of a slow slide into a ditch, but I couldn't get my car out. Frustrated, I put on my hat and stepped out. Snow had piled up almost to the car doors. I sighed, realizing I'd have to call for roadside assistance. But before I could, headlights appeared in the distance. A silver truck slowed and pulled up beside me. The driver rolled down his window. "Need a hand? I can tow you out." Relieved, I nodded. "That would be amazing. Thank you." He told me to give him 5 minutes to grab his tow hitch from his garage, and then quickly drove off. I got back in my car, trying to warm up while I waited. As the minutes ticked by, doubt crept in. Was he coming back? Could I trust him? Maybe I should call roadside assistance after all. Suddenly, loud knocking startled me. I turned to see a man standing in my window, bundled in heavy jackets and a scarf covering most of his face. Thinking he might also be offering help, I cracked the window slightly. "I'm okay," I said quickly. "Someone's already on their way to help." "Thanks, though." He didn't respond. He just stared at me. Something about him felt off. I started to roll the window back up, but then I heard a click. He tried to open the door. Before I could react, he forced his arm through the crack, unlocking it. Panic surged through me as he yanked the door open, dragging me out into the snow. I fought with everything I had, kicking and thrashing as he pulled me toward the woods. Just as I began to lose strength, headlights lit up the area. A voice shouted from the road, scaring the man off. He bolted into the darkness. Dazed and breathless, I was helped to my feet by the man from the silver truck. He had returned just in time. He called the police and stayed with me until they arrived. I don't know what would have happened if he hadn't come back. That night still haunts me, but I'm endlessly grateful for his kindness.